Yo fam, it's me, Sasha Denbright, and welcome to episode 5 of the 2025 season of You Call That Targeting. I guess you can tell I'm not real enthusiastic. It's kind of hard to be enthusiastic when your team's 0-2 starting out. Yeah, my gosh, every sport sucks for me. My goodness, the Braves suck pure nipples. Notre Dame starting out 0-2, losing 2 close games. My gosh, it's everything. I like the Tennessee Titans in the NFL. Guess what? Suck pure garbage. My gosh, it's just hard to get excited about anything, and it ticks me off. And just to make matters worse, right? Just to make absolute matters worse. Today is Thursday, September 18th, as I'm recording this. And that day means it's my absolute garbage stepson's birthday. So it's everything hit me at once. Trash sports, trash family. But anyways, thank you Truck Burns for sponsoring this episode. If you go to truckburns.com and use the promo code TARGETING10 at your checkout, you will get 10% off of your pair of Truck Burns. So thank you, Truck Burns, for all that you do. I had to get that out of the way. We're here in the beautiful Truck Burns studio in Leakesfield, Alabama. And like I mentioned earlier, it's my trash stepson's birthday. So I have a special message for him to get this podcast underway. Happy birthday, trash garbage stepson. Every year that passes is another year I hate you even more. I hope you're happy with another year to live, because you have definitely taken some years off my life with the stress that you caused me and your mother. I dedicate this podcast to you, and by saying that, I hope it's my worst podcast yet. So happy birthday, trash garbage stepson. My gosh. Anyways, let's get into the recap of this last week. Let me scoop my absolute mic. Alright, starting with the NFL game, me and Earl teamed up again with the Buccaneers, and they came back on a awesome last minute drive to win 20-19 to beat the Texans. And then the Vanderbilt and South Carolina. Me and Mike picked South Carolina. We figured with them having home field advantage, that would help a little bit. But Vanderbilt absolutely whipped it. 31-7. My goodness. I mentioned last week Vanderbilt was going to win some games. And my goodness, did they prove that. Next game to recap, and this one breaks my heart. Texas A&M, Notre Dame. Texas A&M wins 41-40. And we lost this game. Tyler Buckner can suck my pure nipples. My gosh, he sucked with us before, and he was a garbage quarterback. He transfers, goes to Alabama, nothing but pure nipples I can't even talk. Nothing but pure nipples at Alabama. He comes back to Notre Dame. I can't talk. He comes back to Notre Dame, and my goodness, I think he's been in school for about, 18 years. I don't know how long he's been in college. But he's still with Notre Dame, and he's the one that holds the kicks. And he dropped the hold. It was a perfect snap. He drops the hold. We missed the extra point, so we only went up by 6. And then we allowed Texas A&M to drive down the field and score with pretty much no time left. And then they kicked the extra point to win. Nothing but pure garbage to lose that way. My goodness, Tyler Buckner can suck my nipples. And then let's, and by the way, me and Earl picked Notre Dame to win, and Mike got that one right. And then in the game of the week, Georgia at Tennessee, I picked Tennessee to win this game, and man, it was looking good for me. Tennessee jumps up on them early. They looked unstoppable. But man, Georgia just kept hanging around in this football game. And eventually, it got down to the end. It was tied. Tennessee had a chance to kick a field goal to win, but just like Tennessee's luck, and this is why my trash stepson, I guess, cheers for them, because they're nothing but pure garbage. They miss the kick and then go to overtime and lose 44-41. So Mike and Earl got that one right in the game of the week. So let's talk points. I only gained 3 points this week. Nothing but pure garbage. I got 13 points. Earl, another big week. 7 points for Earl. He's got 18 points. He's kind of running away with this thing. I know I'll eventually catch him. But my goodness, he's doing some work. And then Mike gained 4 points this week. So he is up to 8 points. But, hey, let's give away some awards. Starting with my team of the week, I'm going to give it to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. My gosh. I know they beat Clemson, and Clemson pretty much sucks pure garbage. But, I like watching Georgia Tech. They got a great quarterback, Haynes King. He's just awesome, fun to watch. He just puts it on the line for his team. It's a fun team to watch. If you happen to see Georgia Tech playing and you don't know, there ain't nothing else on, watch some Georgia Tech football. I'm telling you, they're pretty dang good. So, they are my team of the week. But let's talk some trash teams. Starting with their opponent, Clemson Tigers. My gosh. Dabo Swinney's lost it, right? Let's just face it. He's lost it. Clemson's nothing but pure garbage. They need to just hang it up. The dynasty's over. Even being a good team, I think, is over. I don't know what's going to happen. But my goodness, they're nothing but just pure garbage now. But let's continue on with the garbage teams going Coastal Carolina. Speaking of Coastal Carolina, they're giving away free concessions. Like, all their concessions are free at their home games. So if you want to go up and just say, hey, give me 10 hot dogs and a Coke, it's free. So, it makes me want to go to Coastal Carolina. But it's not to watch their football team, because they got beat by East Carolina 38-0. My goodness, what a piece of garbage team. And Coastal Carolina, really just last year and the year before that, they were a pretty good football team. I don't know what happened. I guess that's, the transfer portal. All the good teams take away your good players, and then you have to rebuild the whole team. But they pretty much suck pure garbage. Speaking of sucking nothing but pure garbage, UConn loses to Delaware. My gosh. Delaware, are they good at any sports? I don't even know. But they beat UConn 44-41. UConn sucks pure garbage. Next trash team, Virginia Tech. They're 0-3. Usually they're a pretty good football team. You can always count on Virginia Tech being decent. And they're 0-3. Just garbage team. They lost to Old Dominion, 45-26. Get it together, Virginia Tech. My goodness. Well, speaking of a team that can't get it together, Kansas State. Man, they're garbage. They lost to Arizona, which I think Arizona's a decent team, but they lost to Arizona. Kansas State's 1-3. This was a team that was ranked at the beginning of the year, and I liked their quarterback, and I thought their quarterback was going to have a pretty good year. And they're 1-3. That tells you how much I know. But speaking of teams that you just can't get a hold of if they're good or not, Colorado. My goodness, we were ready to hand down the national championship last year. I say we. People that talk sports, because I definitely wasn't going to hand them a championship. Let me get a drink of water. Because I think Colorado sucks. I think they sucked with Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. But my goodness, they suck even worse now. They lost 36-20 to Houston. Just got their tits whipped. Man, Deion Sanders sucks as a coach. But now, it's time for my absolute trash team of the week. My absolute trash team of the week goes to the South Carolina Gamecocks. My gosh! I get it. Vanderbilt's a better team than they've been in the past years. It's a little bit different, Vanderbilt. Diego Pavia, great quarterback. And I didn't watch the game. I think something happened with South Carolina starting quarterback in this game. But I don't care. You got beat 31-7 at home. That's just embarrassing. To Vanderbilt. If this was Alabama, if this was Tennessee, if this was Georgia, they probably wouldn't be on my trash list. I probably wouldn't care. But Vanderbilt, I wouldn't have been shocked if Vanderbilt won. That's fine. But 31-7 is nothing but a pure garbage showing. So that's why they're my absolute trash team of the week. But we're going to stay on the topic of trash right now. And let's talk about these quarterbacks. What has happened? These quarterbacks were so hyped at the beginning of the year. And it absolutely ticks me off. Starting with Florida's quarterback, DJ Lagway. I mean, he's on commercials. He was Heisman, like one of the Heisman favorites coming into this year. He threw 5 interceptions against LSU. And Florida still only lost by 10 points. So if you had just a halfway decent quarterback that could throw to your team instead of the other team, Florida could have been competitive in that game. And I thought it was going to be coaching errors that kept Florida from being competitive. And I wouldn't have guessed it was going to be DJ Lagway be the problem. But he's the problem. He single-handedly lost that game against LSU. Nothing but pure garbage. And what about Cade Klubnik? I mean, everybody was talking about how good he was for Clemson. A lot of people were saying he was the best quarterback in the nation. And here they are. They're 1-2. Nothing but pure garbage. You probably won't even sniff the college football playoff. Arch Manning. I mean, my goodness, Paul Feinbaum was kissing his feet, saying he was better or he was just as good as Tim Tebow. And Arch Manning, my gosh, what a loser. I mean, just terrible. I mean, had crap stats against UTEP. He got booed by his own fans. He's garbage. And Bryce Underwood for Michigan hasn't impressed. Sellers for South Carolina hasn't impressed. And the quarterbacks that are impressing is like Oklahoma's quarterback. I mean, nobody was talking about him. Vanderbilt's quarterback. And then we got Sid the Sloth down at Miami that's playing pretty good. And heck, even Notre Dame, even though we're 0-2 and we're still going to win the national championship, our quarterbacks look pretty good. But all these other quarterbacks are pure garbage. I don't get the hype. That's why I've always said we probably need to wait 3 to 4 weeks before we start talking about people and how good they are, because it's just a waste of time. But anyways, I think I'm just wasting time talking about this. Let's get into questions. First question is from Two Cheeks Clenched Tightly. It says, so I pulled up at the gas station the other day, right? There was an old beat-up 2-tone station wagon parked out by the pumps. As the door cracked open, several old Bud Light cans cascaded out of the car along with empty Marlboro cigarette packs. After that, I saw white sneakers, tube socks, hairy legs, blue jeans shorts, and the bottom of a massive beer gut poking out of a wife beater that said "No Fat Chicks" on it. Looked like there was barbecue stains on it for days. My eyes made their way to the face of this unusual stranger, and by no surprise, it was Earl. Franny was pumping the gas. Way to be a gentleman, Earl. My goodness, Earl, can you explain yourself?
Well, yeah, maybe I can explain myself better than you read that question, because that was pretty pathetic. So we're in Franny's grandpa's station wagon. She's having car trouble. I don't have a car, because I don't make much money on the podcast, and you can't really pay a payment with beef jerky. And that's fine, I mean, we get around, and, it's as long as we're together, we're happy, and it really don't matter. So, yeah, it was her grandpa's, and probably those beer cans and things were her grandpa's. Because I don't drink anymore. I've been sober for a while now, and I'm doing pretty well. But the cigarettes were probably mine. I still rip some cigs. I'm not afraid of that. The way I was dressed, I don't care. And we did have some barbecue. So yeah, probably barbecue stains were on there. I wear wife beaters all the time. That doesn't mean I beat my wife, or I never beat my wife, and I never beat Franny, and I never would. I would beat somebody if they did, mess with her. I mean, I'd take you out right now and smash your face in. Wouldn't even think twice about it. But I mean, this guy, he don't have anything better to do but to spy on me and Franny. And Franny insisted that she pumped the gas. She said something was kind of tricky on the gas door or whatever. She said this, my grandpa's got a trick to it. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. And what he didn't see is I went into the convenience store while she was pumping the gas, and I got her favorite drink. I got her a pack of Skittles. And then we had a great time together. So, this guy needs to get the full story.
Skittles are pretty awesome. So, I guess that's pretty good. And yeah, that guy probably does need to mind his own absolute business. Speaking of, I didn't finish. So there was a question last week. A guy was asking about covering NASCAR. And I didn't even answer the second half of his question like pure garbage. He asked something about, do I think NASCAR drivers would pretty much be able to compete like if they raced in go-karts together? And to answer that question, absolutely. Because they are professional racers. They don't just get in these cars randomly and drive in circles, and then that's it. These guys are really smart. They know how to, manipulate the cars. They know how to, the racing lines. They know where to find grip, how to make the cars turn better. You give them enough practice at anything, they're gonna make it fast and they're gonna make it competitive. So I just wanted to answer that question. I didn't mean to hi-hat you there. But next question, Flat Earth Ernie with another question. I hate this guy so much. He says, I have never been so pleased in my life as when I saw Notre Dame defeated once again. Way to go on a winless season so far, guys. Fighting Irish, ? If this is how the Irish fight, let's just go take over their country. Hashtag pathetic. Hashtag the moon is just an illusion. My goodness. Hashtag your brain's just an illusion because you're nothing but an idiot. My goodness. And Notre Dame, yes, we lost 2 close games to Miami and Texas A&M. We're not going to lose another game. We're still going to make the playoffs, and we're going to whip everybody's tits at the end of the year, and we're going to make the national championship. So my goodness, just go on with your idiot self. Next question is from Life of a Toilet Brush 25. It says, your precious Notre Dame is 0-2. My goodness, everybody's picking on Notre Dame this week. Your precious Notre Dame is 0-2 and still ranked in the top 25. First time that has happened since 1988. Just absolute garbage. They should change names to the Fighting Trash Bags. My goodness, and your name is Life of a Toilet Brush 25. I've already said it. Notre Dame's going to win the national championship. I don't know what you want. What else you want me to say? We're not going to lose another game. Shut your absolute mouth. Man, it ticks me off. Next question's from Jared Jimhauser. He says this question is for Earl Farts. Yes, Earl Farts. He says, I know I was hating on you not long ago, but I must say your picks have been solid lately. You've earned my respect.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Jared Jimhauser, and it's fine if you hated on me before. I had a rough, first couple of picks, but I have been hot lately, and I called Vanderbilt. I said they would win and be in the top 25. I also said that Tennessee would jump up on Georgia, but Georgia would win in the end, and I've been pretty solid. So I would say if you're betting any money on some games, you might want to, go with what I'm picking this week.
Psh, I wouldn't go that far. My goodness, you're going to fall apart eventually. You're nothing but pure garbage. Speaking of pure garbage, next question's from our great friends at Cube Water Research Team. It says, hi to the crew of You Call That Targeting. Sadly, I have to report that the lead we had on the cave north of Greenland was a bust, and we found no cubed water. Psh, shocker. It says, the team here is devastated, probably like you are, with your Notre Dame Fighting Irish starting 0-2. But the difference in us versus your team is that we'll keep trying. My gosh. Yeah, keep trying, you stupid idiots. Cue water research team. I'm done talking about Notre Dame. Everybody's picking on them. I don't have anything else to say. Let's go to week 4 picks. Starting with the NFL game, Detroit Lions at the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to pick the Lions. I don't know why. I think the Ravens have been a little shaky, so that's why I'm going. But the Ravens are favored, but I'm picking the Lions.
I'm going to go with the favorites, so I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Yeah, give me the Ravens at home.
Next game, Texas Tech at Utah. Texas Tech's ranked 17th. Utah's ranked 16th. Utah's slightly favored in this game. I'm going to go with Utah. I think they're a tough defense, and I think they're going to whip Texas Tech tits.
Texas Tech tits. Man, try to say that 10 times fast. I'm going to agree with you. I think Utah whips Texas Tech tits. Texas Tech tits. Texas Tech crap.
That sounds pretty fun. Let me try Texas Tech tits, Texas Tech tits, Texas Tech ticks, Texas Tech ticks. Yeah, that's pretty tough, even when you're not drunk. I'll pick Utah.
Next game, Auburn at Oklahoma. Auburn's quarterback, going back to Oklahoma where he started, and he was nothing but pure nipples last year. But he's got something to prove this year. I think Hugh Freeze has him playing a lot better. I think this could be a pretty interesting game. But I'm going with the favorite here. I'm going with Oklahoma at home.
For some reason, I think he's going to show up even just a little extra in this game. It's a little bit of a homecoming for him. I think he has something to prove, and I think he helps Auburn get the win on the road.
That's a terrible pick, Mike. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I think they're the tougher defense, and I think really their quarterback is probably the best quarterback in the SEC.
Dang, that's a pretty big talk there, Earl. But now it's time for the game of the week. Number 9, Illinois at number 19, Indiana. Indiana is actually a slight favorite in this game. And the Truck Burns AI predictor has Illinois with a B- offense and a B defense. Has Indiana with a B offense and a C+ defense. So they're not liking their defense at all. But I guess with the home field advantage, they are giving Indiana a 55% chance to win with a score prediction of 27-24. And I'm going to go with the predictor this week. I like the Hoosiers. I like the state of Indiana. And I'm going to go with them in a close game.
Yeah, I think the home field is gonna get it done. I think Illinois is a great physical team, but I think Indiana's going to find a way in front of their home fans. I got them winning in a close game.
Illinois' coach, he's fat. I mean, I've talked about him before. He's just so fat, and he knows how to, they're going to be physical in the trenches. And I think they're just the more physical team. I think they got the better defense. And when you're physical, it don't matter if you're on the road, if you're at home, if it's raining, if it's sunny, if it's cold. The more physical the team, the better they are. And I got to go with a more physical team, so I'm going to pick Illinois.
All right, guys, there's all our picks. Looking forward to recapping these games next week. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you next time.